Over Bianca.
Sure.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going around the different socials at the moment, pressing post to let everyone know that we're live.
Oh. YouTube has caught up.
YouTube has caught up. That is good. I would like to know if we're actually audible. We did do a test beforehand, not sleeping this time. Good one, Michael. Yeah, no, it's all good, mate. I know what having young kids is like. So yeah. Bit of a thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it's a bit of a short notice live hangout this time around. I'm just trying to find my Zoom. Where's Mr. Zoom? There's Mr. Zoom. Yeah, it's we have been a little bit busy.
Yeah.
Just a wee tad busy. We've been all around the countryside.
Twice?
And twice.
3 times?
Yeah, we've been down to, thanks, Big Brave. Yeah, we've been down to Ipswich, Brisbane area. Hey, Mr. Dave. And we've been helping my mum clean out some of my father's backyard bits and pieces. So a little bit more about that later. Just sort of
bits and pieces makes it sound small.
Yeah, it's just a couple of odd bricks and old fenders and things like that. Dave from Benito Gardens, hi all. I will be on for a bit working in the garden. Not a problem, mate. Garden is better than this. You can always watch the repeat or replay if you want. So yeah, and there will be I know Mike and Dave normally show up, and Bianca, because she has to. There should be a supporters hangout coming out next weekend, because I think I'm traveling the weekend after. We just got to work out some dates, so we might have an early supporters hangout in the coming weeks. So yeah, what have we been up to? Oh, we'll do the farm news first.
Okay.
Something went bang the other day.
Oh.
The old Greenfield that's got a Briggs and Stratton motor in it, and I have a theory that there's a pressure relief valve that works on a swinging arm. Or it's actually a pressure release lever that allows the pressure to leave the cylinder on a little 4-stroke 1-cylinder engine, so you can get compression and the motor can turn over. And once the motor's going, that arm swings out, and yeah, the valve reset just goes to normal open close, if you know what I mean. So what happens is this little arm that swings out can break off and be thrown around the engine. And I have a feeling
that it did.
Yeah, it did. And it also took I'd say it got collected by the crankshaft or maybe the oil lift up, and it's actually thrown it out through the side of the motor casing. So we are now right on mowerless for the time being. But good, mate. Has come to the rescue. Craig, thank you very much, mate. Metal by Craig on all the different platforms.
Craig is online at the moment.
Craig is online.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Bits and pieces is the best way to describe it.
Yeah. So yeah, Craig was absolutely awesome. He's lent us his little push mower, and I was out there the other day. In fact, I can play that. If you want to watch me mow the lawn while I speak about the mower. Where are we? February. Now I can't use a computer. February. Yeah. Yeah, Craig was really kind enough to let us use the his little push mower, so we can use that just to tidy up the yard.
Is that Sharon?
No, it's not, because I'm trying to be sneaky, Bianca. Share screen. There we go. Yeah, so Craig has lent us his little mower, so we can keep the grass down. As you can see, it's rather long there. And we have an issue with nope ropes. Nope ropes being red-bellied black snakes and also the eastern browns. And while we're not overly concerned about them, we're very cautious when we walk around. We all know we have a 4-legged doofus that likes to bop things on the nose as he is walking around the paddock. And yeah, the red belly cost us about fly away $6,000 to get the treatments for Jack. So we want to keep the grass low so we can see if there's anything in the yard before we let him go running out. When he's in the bush, he generally stays close to us when we're walking, but at the same time, we do keep an eye out when we're walking the bush as well. So, yeah, that is what we are doing the lawn with for the time being. And we also have another great mate, Hamish from the Naughty Goat Farm. G'day, mate, if you jump online. So, yeah, hello, Mr. Steve. Who else has joined in? Mark. G'day, Mark. Legend Mark. Michael, another legend. Oh, cool. We got all cool people in today. Mike, I hear that we
Might be selling soon to move in with mum to help with dad.
Oh, really, mate? Not the dome. Who is the dome? Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about? The mower? Yeah, Hamish. Hamish keeps sending me little secondhand ride-on mower links from Marketplace. There's been a couple of really good ones, some a little bit far away, and others were snapped up really quick. There was a Club Cadet. I know people have their different factions and brands and stuff that they like. There's a Club Cadet that had 9 hours on it that was being sold by a shop and still had 5 to 6 years warranty still on it. So that was going for about $1,500 off the retail. We were thinking about snapping that up, but yeah.
Mike, he says forward with the slusher still not sorted.
No, I sort of keep putting it off, but yeah, I'll talk to subscribers about that. It's going to be. I told Craig about it. I was talking to him about it the other day. Go, Janice. I just need to really pull my finger out and do that. The problem is around the house area we have the grey water. What do they call them? It's a reticulated line. It sits just under grey water field and black water field. Sits just underneath the surface of the soil, all down the front of the house. And if we drive tractors over there, you're not supposed to really drive cars over them either. It can compact the soil and stop the seepage from the grey water and the black water. That's just the excess runoff from your sewage tank.
Also, we've got a lot of movement in the sand, so we don't know if there's pockets or
yeah,
if something will collapse or.
And also too, the tractor tends to because of that dodgy wheel at the front tends to rip up a lot of soil. So while that's repairable with a shovel, we really don't want to do that around the house. So I'm happy with the push mower. Actually enjoyed going out the last couple of days, even though it's been about 32, 33 degrees Celsius. That's 80 something high, I think, for you folks in the States. On the farm as a kid, we didn't have the luxury of grass. We had clumps and sticks and stone because we where our cabin was built was on a bulldoze section of forest. So lots of sticks and stones, grass never grew in. And I used to mow probably about a third of the size of this yard just with a push mower back then without a catcher as a kid. So this is great exercise. Hasn't even puffed me really. No. So yeah, I'm fine with just using a push mower for now until we can sort out better leach field. Yeah, that's one of the names. Yeah, so a better ride-on mower. I'm leaning towards a friction drive or a chain drive, mainly because the hydrostatic drive, I had a mower shop trying to tell me that they're all U-Butte now and they don't die anymore. But most of them are a sealed unit that needs to be replaced from what I can take it.
And they're not cheap. To get the Husqvarna one replaced is $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the model of the drive in there. So yeah, the Husqvarna, we could just put a new drive in there and all would be hunky-dory, which might be something we might actually look at because it's cheaper than buying a new mower, because it also has a 22 horsepower motor. Yeah, that's bigger.
Yeah, so that might be something we look at doing instead. I'm sick and tired of jumping into everything and just blowing coin at the moment. So I've got a push motor. More than happy to push that. The Ford is for the paddocks. We'll keep it out of the house yard. Actually, Dave, a long-time supporter of the channel, mentioned over on the Facebook page that we should just get some lecky netting, electric netting, and a couple of sheep. We would like to do that, but we're not going to be on the property 100% of the time for probably about
not until everything's done.
Everything's settled. Yeah, we need to really sort out Mum's place, get her all sorted, and that's just me doing trips backwards and forwards here and there.
And also our other house, we need to start collecting some rent from it. So we can afford fuel and food. So we need to.
Tenants will be moving in April.
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
So we
About
need
6 weeks
to-
time.
We need time to
Go down there and fix that up.
fix the door.
Kira's just technically boarding as she has since she got a job. And yeah, so supplementing the mortgage payments, we shall call it. So yeah, we need to sort out the house. We need to sort out mum's. So if I give ourselves 12 months, I'll actually not 12 months, about 10 months.
Go 12 months.
No, well, I'm trying to just be realistic a little bit. 6 to, yeah. So that's also going to allow the paddocks enough time to rest because they were severely overgrazed. We've been doing a little bit of an experiment with the different weed grasses we have here as well. So giving this extended period of time is going to be really interesting on a permaculture wise look at how to deal with them. So yeah, sheep and livestock, the big stuff. I think I've talked about this with the supporters the other week. It won't be happening for quite some time yet. Yeah, 6 to 10, 12 months. So yeah, that's down the line. Just mainly because we have dogs, we have foxes. Can show you pictures of what they look like.
Yeah, I'd like a secure nighttime area, even moving around with electric fence, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that, but
And we have heard from people that dogs can evade the electric netting. Look at Jack. Whenever we hop on here, Jack likes to play and he wants extra attention. One of our and he starts biting. One of our older videos when we had a live, when we were looking for the property, he actually ripped up an old Charlotte shirt of mine. I wasn't too happy about, but anyway. Yeah, so animals further on down the line, except for buffets like this. So just go through the chat. Need to find a local kid who needs a job. Yeah, that's me. I need the job to pay the guy who mows the lawn. Jeanette.
there's lots of ad scams for farm equipment out there.
Yeah, no, we've seen quite a few on the local community group every now and then. Some will say scam, let folks know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people who get to spend a lot more time on different sites and get to see them post across under different profiles. Houghton, need to find a job. Yeah. Loving today is low humidity over the last few days. Feels like autumn. Oh, so you're a local then, Jeanette.
About this morning too. I thought, when does autumn actually start?
I gauge by the cicadas. I had to do some B-roll. I'm working on a new guide, which we'll cover later as well. Another thing that's gone pear-shaped. Yeah, I'm working on a B-roll for some guide, and I went out there with a microphone to record some audio, and there was no cicadas. I just hear them in the background now.
Yeah, they're really quiet.
Really quiet. So we know it's starting. Summer's starting to wind down when the cicadas go. And yeah, the humidity, mowing out there the last couple of days was great. Working at mum and dad's. That first day, I think it was what, 38, 39 degrees at Corona Downs. I think Craig said it was around about 38, wherever he was working. He said he was throwing spanners all day. A little bit too hot to be doing that. But yeah, we were just absolutely dripping. I think we went through about 4 liters each and peed once.
And then you
Sorry for the graphics.
Then you go out in the sun and it's burning. There's no
sun's-
sweat left on you, but you just
Yeah. But yeah, no, the humidity's died down. Have smelled a bit of smoke in the air. So
yeah.
yeah.
I'd like to know where that fire was last night.
Yeah, all the old smoke, tractor manuals, gear drive, things last for yeah, that was from Mike P. That was another thought I had. Even a little compact, subcompact tractors you get with the mowers and the blades under the slashes mounted underneath. Darren, another great supporter down in the Harvey Bay area. Thanks, mate. We should catch up soon. Give you back your Permi book. Yeah, he's got a subcompact with a slasher underneath. So that was another thought, because that would, if we got saved up and bought something like that, then we'd have a bucket and a post hole driver, and that's all we need for doing the maintenance jobs around the place, because we're not a large acreage working farm as such. And then we can keep the Ford just for running around the paddocks and slashing. So that's something we have contemplated as well. Because yeah, subcompact out on the paddock. I think I'd rather a proper 4.5, 5 foot slasher for that.
Bruce said I cut my teeth on a non-powered push mower before. Used to enjoy it, wouldn't want to do our large front yard. maybe 6,000 square meters.
It's,
So he's-
yeah, well, my pop used to have one down in Sydney, and yeah, the Coleroy. He was an avid gardener.
Here's a disgusting thing. Jay was helping us out at
Yeah.
Mum and Dad's, and he said, "I've never seen one of these before." And that was
Oh,
a
there
push
was
mower.
that, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. What are you doing, Bill? Yeah. So I remember my pop doing it years and years and years ago. He also had the old Victor, the old green Victor as well. Potent.
Get an F.
Oh,
Right,
the
that one?
yeah, they're the collars for the if I think it is what I think it is, they're the boundary collars,
Oh, I like the dogs.
like the dogs. Yeah. Don't know how well it would work on a sheep.
They're a bit Autumn is March 20, thank you.
We don't really go by the dates because yeah, we've had plus 40 degrees in March. So
Yeah, it's usually, if I know the date, I know. It's
when
gonna
to
be,
expect bits and
give
pieces.
it a little bit longer. And
Yeah.
Um,
Cicadas are great for making yeah, we been collecting the shells. Actually, we found Dad's jackpot. Dad's
Oh,
got a
really?
bucket
Did you?
full of cicada shells.
we used to
So
find the jars everywhere.
yeah, because the chitinase in the shell too is a good, so I've been told, is a good pest deterrent as well when you powder it down and use it, a bit like diatomaceous earth. Sorry.
Greg said it was 38, but it felt like 43 because
Yeah.
of the humidity. Yep.
Yeah. What's in your head? Greetings from Ontario, Canada.
-7,
Someone who uses right temperatures as well.
dropping to -20 tomorrow.
Yeah, I was speaking to Ada, a mate of ours up in Canada. I should know where he's from. But yeah, he's been friends for yonks. He used to have Titanic something numbers after a YouTube channel, gardening channel. One of the OG garden channels I used to follow. Yeah, he's showing me photos of the snow up there, and yeah, you can keep it. Not interested.
Mike said they were super happy with the compact. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Cossie.
Whitey?
I've always said Cossie, but I'm
Cotty.
weird. I'm not a good
Picked
speller.
up last year to do jobs around tight areas on the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've shown photos of that. GPS and cell
Cell
phone
phone
collar
collar.
can track them. Oh, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Problem is, we've seen the dogs during the day, and if they go bush, yeah. Oh, we can put one on Jack. I know the piggers use them here quite a bit. There's a local guy down on the corner who looks after
Yeah,
next
okay.
door's pigs when they hit the barley and whatnot. And he's got trap that if he has to, he goes and cleans them out with the dogs. I gets the dogs to locate them and then finishes them off. And he's got trackers on his dogs. We have a non-powered push motor. They're still making. Nicely, Janice. Well, if you want to hop up here and give us a hand.
Yeah, if you have a much smaller yard.
Yeah. How's it going, Indica Doggo?
What's in your head? I live off grid with my 24 great
Peonies,
peonies.
dogs. Whoa, wow. That's a lot of pups. That's a lot of poop to compost too. You cook the cicadas with rice.
It's almost cooked. And then you put it out in a basket out in the yard.
5 days collected, yeah.
I knew that feed on the instant.
So basically, just
Sugar
like you would with the
stabilised.
wheat or the grain, rice, yeah. And brew it like compost tea. Yeah, I've seen people do fish like that. Yeah, send us the video
What's
link, mate. You're basically, they're indigenous microorganisms. So you're collecting microorganisms from the local area. So the theory going for everyone in Bianca, the theory going is microorganisms in the soil in your area are more inclined to do a better job at composting, providing nutrients to the plants. So just general health of the soil. So that normally rice is used and you bury it. People use calico or other people use banana leaves just under a leaf layer.
Yeah.
The local fungi microorganisms move in, use the carbon in the carbohydrates as a food source. Then you go out and you brew it out. Yeah, then you go brew it up and you can use it as a foliar spray or just a spray over the ground.
So a bit like that
JMO.
the stuff underneath the sink. I'm not going to say it because I always say the other one.
Oh,
And that's
Kashi.
rude. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll keep
Yeah.
we'll keep that one off there. Yeah,
Yeah, the Kashi one, I was watching YouTube videos on how to make it and they use the rice and yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
that's what I keep saying we need to do for our compost, because our compost at the moment is we're we're guessing where trees are going to go and we're burying compost. So it'd be good if we could do a little bit of a kickstart.
The ground looks a bit garbage there.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
just
the other thing.
bury 20-litre bucket worth of scraps in
And
it.
in the middle of winter, when the soil was rock hard because we haven't had any rain, it was, where does the soil look the softest?
Yes.
So
Find the plants. Find the plants, there's water, and we can do it there.
yeah. So yeah,
And not in the leach pit.
yeah, so that started off with the mower. Well, that's pretty much all it. The other thing, going down to mum and dad's, I'm a little bit iffy about showing you guys, but I'll just give you a bit of a breakdown. My father, for those who don't know, I think he's now progressed to fourth stage dementia. And he, along with that, he acquired the habit of hoarding things. I think pretty much all the dementia, we all think it started years ago and he managed to hide it because he's a bit of a foxy old coot.
It's a joker.
A bit of it's a bit of a joke, a bit of a larrikin, so he always wrote things off as a bit of a joke. So that's just for folks who want a bit of a telltale sign, something to look out at, look out for. He started to make jokes about forgetting things and stuff like that. Probably about what, 10 years ago? 8 to 10 years ago?
Maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah. And then it's just suddenly progressed to the point where he forgot how to weld. I mean, this man's probably taught hundreds of people how to weld, and interesting welding as well, welding different metals that shouldn't weld together, getting them to stick for custom builds and things like that. He's made surgical equipment for a brain surgeon. He's also gone and made everything up to those big dragline buckets you see that go over a valley and then get winched back across. He's worked on everything from that down to microscopic stuff. So a lot of skill in that man. And now I got to the point where he got a job. He had to build a spiral staircase, something he's done dozens of times, make up the central post and the brackets and the handrail. He'd made a few over the years. He used to photograph everything he made. And he kept putting it off to the point where he forgot he actually had to do the job. And the guy rang up and said, Mike is ready to pick up. Needs to be installed next week. We've built that section of the house. And he just went, yeah, so that was pretty much all when things got serious. Well, that for me, that's when, it's pretty damn obvious. Mum's probably mentioned or noticed other things over the years as well. So, so dad's got dementia. He's now in a care home. But being an engineer, having everything from lathes, milling equipment, welding equipment, running up to about 12 employees at his peak, he's nearly always been self-employed until he hit about 55. Then he used to work for other people. So a lot of that stuff was actually at Craig's family's place. They had a big shed and he had all his millers and lathes set up there. A couple of years ago, supporters will probably remember, I don't think I talked about it on YouTube, but we spent a couple of months cleaning out Craig's family's plot, selling off dad's big lathes and millers, hundreds of tires had to be recycled, which is quite expensive here in Australia. Gas bottles, like oxyacetylene, steel sheets, car bodies. I think there were dozens of car bodies. Some that I've seen on Marketplace go for like 20 grand now. Old Datsun two-door 200B model. Craig and I were talking about that the other day. All sorts of stuff. So that all had to clean all that out. But a lot of the stuff, the smaller stuff, Dad had smuggled home and he kept at home. So the back of Mum and Dad's place, you've had to walk through alleys of Dad's equipment and metal for the last 15, 20 years. So that's what I've been doing over the last couple of weekends that I've been going down there, and why there hasn't been a lot of content on YouTube, because we finally need to get it looked after, cleaned up. We found some termites around the back of the house. So all that stuff needed to be pulled out and cleaned up. We managed to get on. I won't show you a lot because, Mum deserves her privacy. But Mum's, no, that's the wrong Mum's folder. I will show you roughly just to give you a bit of an idea, some of the things we've done here.
Just slow it down a bit because
Yeah.
I did notice last time that it jumps.
Does it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like it's just a bit too fast for it.
So we will share the video. I don't think there will be any sound because the microphone looks after that. But
Oh, yeah.
wrong video.
Yeah.
So that is the skip-in week out 2 weekends ago. There was my brother Darren, nephew Jay, Bianca and myself. And we pretty much... Oh, and Craig, yeah, sorry, and Craig. Craig helped us for one day.
And Crow.
Oh, and Crow, yeah, Crow helped us too, sorry. Yeah, it's I think it was a 6 or 8 meter skip bin, and we ended up putting 3.9 tons worth of scrap metal in there. It paid for the bin. Mum got a couple of $100 out of it, which will pay for the dishwasher that died. She needs a new dishwasher, so it was just
I've done one.
phenomenal job done by everyone, I
I've
should
done
say.
one other of these skips.
Yeah, we've previously done one of these skips as well. Plus, I've done a couple of trailer loads, just metal to the local tip from them as well. So yeah, there's over, yeah, quite. I think they're 8 cubic meters, so over 16 cubic meters of metal scrap has gone out of the backyard. There is, people are going to say there's a motor on that little GMC air compressor. We could have scrapped the motor. We're not too worried about that because I don't know if it's in this one. They're just bits and pieces. We have a pile of motors here. That pile of motors is now double to triple what it was then. This was the first weekend I went down. I've been down twice again, I think, or once again.
Once again, but you were doing it longer than
Yeah,
me.
an old welder that doesn't work. Dad's tried to fix, and with his condition, has forgotten how to fix things. A lot of these saws and pumps and that, Dad started to break them down to a point, and it's like, I think it's just the disease has taken over, and he's
Yeah.
So it's.
And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff was destroyed because of
How it was stored.
And it's
A lot of water through motors, a lot of tools rusted. I think we found, I think Craig and I found some, that was a 15, okay, so that was a 15 meter cube bin, Craig has just said. So we've done over 30 cubic meters of metal.
To the scrapper.
To the scrapper.
They also did all those tip runs.
Yeah. Wow, that's.
And all the painting.
Oh yeah, all the rubbish runs we did. I did
paint and.
Yeah, I've done 4. Yeah, we've done loads of others.
But there's all the chemicals.
Yeah, chemicals. We've already paid for a whole heap of chemicals to be taken away because old people, bottles, don't know what's on there. Nico's worn off, labels are fallen off. You can see the big angle grinder there, cut off, if you want to call it that. That one's going to scrap. You can see there's a yellow cable in it. It shouldn't be there. He's pulled it apart. I don't think that one actually had brushes in it. But I have saved a lot of the tools. In fact, I've saved probably 4 trailer loads of tools and bits and pieces, which I'm actually going to do a video and show supporters that don't really want to show the general public that sort of stuff. But yeah, show the supporters what we've actually collected from there. Loads of tools that are going to help us on the farm. Still yet to find Dad's wire strainers. I know they're there somewhere. And his big fencing pliers, still haven't found them.
Oh, yeah, the shed's not done yet.
Oh yeah, we'll just give you a bit of a look. Yeah, that whole heap of scrap aluminium, that's nearly double to triple what it is now as well. So that's the money, that's where the money is for Mum to help pay for Dad's care and other bits and pieces.
Mixed with stainless steel.
Mixed with stainless, as you can see from the sacks. Yeah, so there's, I think Craig said around about $4 a kilo. There's different grades of aluminium, but roughly around about $4 a kilo. So Mum should get quite a whack of money out of that. So I'll be down there, help Craig sort that out. We've got buckets of brass, buckets of stainless, buckets of copper,
lead,
buckets of lead, which I might keep for reloading some ammunition. We'll see about that soon.
I want to know where he got that lead too, because that's not like.
Yeah, it's got big ball shot of lead.
Yeah,
huge. So probably weight out of something nautical, maybe, or might be counterweight. Actually, might be counterweights for windows.
Or for auto games. That jar of marbles that were all the balls from the inside of spray cans.
Yeah.
I've got them.
So just out the back here, you can see there's a lot of rubbish. A lot of that is gone. There's this lean-to that was out the back. That was absolutely jam-packed when we first got there. A load of tools. Dad was trying to keep his tools in there. Unfortunately, it's not really a lean-to. It's a patio roof that Dad turned into his little workshop.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for Mum to have outdoor lunches with us kids and
Yeah. But Dad
family, and
shut down workshops and needed stuff closer to home.
I
And
think we had lunch under it once.
yeah, the barbecue was set up there. So my job last time, it basically went from that to, where's the other folder? To that. So I cleaned it.
It's very jumpy.
Is it? Sorry, folks. Yeah, me just pointing at bits and pieces. There was a wall there that was suspended from the roof. So I took that off. Sorry, Mum, if you don't mind this being shown, but yeah, not showing your house or anything. There's an old MIG welder there that needs to be cashed in. There's a hot water system. That's the wall I took down. It was just suspended from the frame. Loads of chemicals. Most of it's just cleaner. A couple of fuel additives. A caravan needs to go. Garage doors. So yeah, long clear that whole area out. Oh, if anyone wants a MIG welder,
Oh, yeah.
we have a MIG welder for sale. I'm actually hoping Craig, next time I'll hook up with Craig, or he goes around to see Mum, if we can see about seeing if it works. There's a bottle of argon there with it. There's bottles of wire to test with it, but we are looking at selling it. Bianca's just going to bring up the model number.
I took photos of it.
You did take photos.
It is.
It is a. There we go.
Okay, so the top, it's a Worldmaster WF
300.
300.
I think it's a
And the
300.
bottom is a Worldmaster 250S.
So
It's all complete with
yeah,
welding mask.
all complete, and Dad's got a little yeah, there's a couple of welding masks actually. Dad's built a little hose roll there. There is a hose on it. I think the actual the nozzle, we may have taken the tip of the nozzle off. So that's, but I've got boxes of meat bits and pieces and plasma cutting gear and TIG gear and all that. There's some TIG stuff for Craig we'll give him. So yeah, that's very, very sad, I can tell you. I just know my dad and what he's done, but yeah, that's enough of Mum's private life. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, so that's what I've been busy doing for the last couple of weekends while I've been going down there and doing bits and pieces, and I'll be going away the next weekend or the weekend after while Jack protects Mummy at home, or you're going to protect Jack. So yeah.
I'll probably be protecting Jack.
Yeah. So that's one little, that's another bit of news and what we've been up to. So that's taking a bit of time. You go through a couple of comments, just catching up.
If you can hear Jack whinging in the background.
Jack wants, yeah, I kept a cup of feed. I'll go give him.
Okay.
Kept a cup of feed out for him. Hey, buddy, what are you gonna do? Good manners. Manners. Hey, thank you much.
What's in your head? Starting my aquaculture system this year. You have an awesome video background.
Thank you. I actually have if you're doing straight aquaculture, I do have, I never really completed that series just because what happened, I think it was just we still had kids doing homeschooling in that time and life was busy. I did run a 2,000 litre or 2-tank aquaculture system way back. I did post videos. Yeah, you forgot it. Things you forget.
Yeah, the two blue barrels in between the two, and we used to have the little baby jades.
Yeah, we had 50 jades in one and 50 silver perch in the other.
Used to eat like piranhas when they were little, and they come to the surface and tear through the water.
Yeah, so I have run aquaculture systems in the backyard. It does come down to needing fish that can handle fairly nitrate-rich water. I think tilapia are one. Jade perch seem to handle it all right. But yeah, very easy to do. I did it with just a basic radial flow settler that was way undersized, but still worked. To compensate, I used some foam, well, not foam, sort of the wiry matting filter pads that you get for aquariums. and a lot of the biomedia that they use in professional wastewater management. I raised them pretty much all up to, I think I got up to about 350 grams each. So definitely something you can do in the backyard. I probably wouldn't go as hardcore as I did with the stocking density, but you can do it without growing fish. The other benefit is if you want to cycle water out, you can use that to water your veggie patch and give them a ammonia nitrate boost. Yeah, so and just grow your fish in there. That way you don't have to set up grow beds and stuff like that. So it is something you can do. Actually, I might look at doing that as well as aquaponics, because that's just really easy build. Because I am working on a guide, more about that in a minute. And yeah, a separate one just on backyard aquaculture would be cool. Any more?
Talking about there's books on spinning dog hair. Your mum used to
Yeah, poodles. We had not the mid-range, not the tinies, not the standards, the ones in the middle. I think they were not called miniature. Oh, yeah, anyway.
The littler ones.
Littler ones. We had Fred 1, Fred 2, Fred 3. Car accident, tractor accident or truck accident, and tagged by a snake. So we lost all three on the phone. But anyway, Fred 1, 2, and 3, very original people. But Mum used to share them, and I don't think she actually made anything out of it, but she did spin up a whole heap of their wool. I think it got to the point with Fred 2 that they rolled in that much cow poo. She just wasn't worth it. She couldn't wash it all out.
Just shave them
and leave it. I actually think it was used as mulch on the veggie patch. But anyway.
Indigo's dad is showing signs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my parents to change their diets and do mushroom extracts.
Yeah, there's actually fairly sure it was a carnivore diet. It may have just been keto. I've researched a lot on both of them.
High fat, high.
Yeah, there's a doctor convinced the nursing home he looked at to run a study on Alzheimer's and dementia patients using high it's either carnivore or keto. The point is it's high fat, saturated fat diet. And it got to the point where the insurance companies, you guys in the States, insurance company are all about the bottom line. And they said pretty much we'll keep doing this because it's saving us money. People that were going into the home that was supposed to be their final move in their life were actually being released and going home. All anecdotal, you're just hearing it to a bearded chap on YouTube. But yeah, it's a study that I read from, I watched from a doctor on YouTube. But yeah, the guy has credentials, he's a doctor. But it's just interesting. And other people have said that they have noticed improvement in their elderly parents with a carnivore-based diet. That does help them out. Bit of a pain in the butt if you don't have all your teeth. You're eating a lot of mince or sausage. But yeah, it is something that has helped someone out. That's anecdotal. I know fruit and veg diets have helped other people, but yeah, it's just something we've seen. Is anyone getting the live show?
Oh, Anna, is it working?
Are we having problems? Oh, Anna's just having problems. Sorry about that, Anna.
What's in your head? Aussies have the best humour.
Do we?
I think we're just raging smartasses, really.
There we are.
Well, I am. Anyway.
With the mouth of a rigger. Takes after a father.
Yes, I'm controlling myself. Sounds like materials to build an earthship. Yeah.
What's that?
Dad's.
Oh, Dad, yeah, the tires, yeah. 15. Oh wow, we'll fade way back there.
Yeah, I like window
counterweights. Yeah.
Remind me of making fishing lights as a kid.
Yeah, we used to have the big long ones from the old. We basically lived in a cabin made out of the church, and they used to have the old raised windows, and we used to have the big lead long counterweights. I remember them.
If you need help moving the aquaponics train, I can help.
Do I have to pay for airfare? How are you going anyway, Michael? I hope you're doing well, mate.
What's in your head uses the brushings from the dogs as insulation in the pens.
Oh, yeah.
There's an idea. If we get sheep.
Yeah.
Go and collect all the wools and stuff.
Well, mum and dad, I'm pretty sure mum and dad got woolbats when they did the free government subsidised
I wouldn't put it in
installation.
the house because it would just build a massive home for rats here. But
Yeah. Are we already? Our home is doubly insulated. Everyone, mum stayed here. Everyone who stays here in summer just go, they can't believe how cool it is. There's a mix up with some insulation being ordered here. So we've got 2 to 3 levels of insulation in the roof here. So yeah, it's actually really nice here. You just need a fan. The old owners took out the air conditioner that was here.
I think it just broke and they just left it there.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is open the deck.
Hey,
door
Rebecca.
and get all the breeze come through. What is he sniffing at?
McGregor. Hello, McGregor. Hey, Jason. I think he just wants, Jack just wants more food.
No, he's sniffing in the chair.
Is he sniffing at the chair? Did I put a toy on the chair? No. Maybe he wants to sit on the chair next to us. Stick the chair behind us and see if he wants to sit. He's following you. Come on, Jack, join the show. Come on. Up here. Up you go.
Is that what you want? Up.
There you go, buddy. Say good day. There you go. You can see what's going on now.
Just as long as he doesn't start clawing my back for attention. Hello.
Been finally getting the farm going. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. So just talking to Michael here in the chat. Yeah, so things have gone a bit pear-shaped here. Mower dying and all the rest of it. And then last Monday, I think it was last Monday or last Tuesday, I got an email. Would it be legally okay, do you think, for me to show the email?
Maybe not straight off that.
Maybe not, maybe I could read out what was in the email. No reply. No, that's my Telstra bill. Oh, that's right. I can look for the date. It was at Robert John Wick Stroke. No reply. Oh, because I'm not looking in the right box. There we go. Rightio. I will just read this letter from Retrieve Technology. They're the people who own the rights to hosting my guide. This letter is to inform you of a few developments regarding your customer agreement with Retrieve Technologies. Retrieve Technologies Incorporated has discontinued its business and assigned its assets to the benefits of creditors, known as ABC. So, pursuant to, hang on, where are we? I don't want to read that bit. Access to the store on the platform and any new sales to users will be discontinued on the February the 27th, 2025.
Which is disgusting.
Which is disgusting. So basically they're shutting down my guide, but they're still allowing people to buy the guide.
Up until the 27th of February, but
Yeah,
then
but-
your end users will retain
Yeah,
access.
I just want to, just so people know that I'm not a complete see, the problem is if I shut down my guide now, people who have access to it, who own the guide, as Bianca was about to say, sorry for cutting you off, people who own the guide still have access to it up until the 31st of March in this year. But for them to have access, the guide needs to be for sale, which means they're still allowing people to buy the guide, and we have no. I mean, that to me is just, anyway, that's just me. I just don't think that is right. Considering they're going to be pulling the rug out of people's feet. So, to make it so folks don't inadvertently buy the guide, I have done. I'm going to share the screen and I'm just trying to look professional, like I've got it all teed up. Here we go. Share the screen. I have kept it for sale, but I have made the price $10,000 and I've limited it to one guide remaining. And please, in the description, please do not buy this guide. New guide coming soon on a new website. Ta-da, folks, there's a new guide coming. And please email Rob if you have already purchased the guide. So, basically, I am now having to create the guide again, which is fine.
But the big benefit, actually, I should have stayed there. I will share the screen again because what I want to show, Jack. I just wanted to show you guys the guide itself, you folks who aren't familiar with it. The guide as it is at the moment is basically, and I've also put on the guide, 11th of Feb 2025, important for all, that's when I got notified, I think. Important for all guide owners to read this. Folks, can you please email me at admin@robsaquaponics.com using the email address you've signed up to the guide with and also your username. And please include guide in the subject line and include your email address you've signed up with and your actual username. That way I can match you up with the download I have of people who have bought the guide, and I can migrate you over to the new guide, because there's no way I'm going to stiff people who have paid good money to learn from me. I'm actually having to create a new guide on the run, and you will have access to that. And I can let you know it will be a lot better than this one. This one here was set up and always marketed as a video guide. There was to be no other material. You watch the videos, you learn. And I always said it was basically for you folks who want an introduction, learn how to make aquaponics, learn what is aquaponics and make your own system. And there are a few little downloads and other bits and pieces that I've included in there. But basically, it is just a way for you to learn via video, ask me a question. Retrieve actually wanted me to charge $5 a question. Anyone who's asked me a question on Retrieve knows that they basically ask one question, and I just left it open and I didn't charge anyone. There's one guy who insisted to pay, and yeah, so he just kept paying every time he wanted to ask me a question because he wanted to help me out. That's another thing. Everyone who has asked me a question, I'm actually going to go into those questions, copy and paste them and put them in documents so those people have access to them later on. And if they do migrate over to the new site, they see it and they still want a copy of the guide, I can upload a version of it to a personal private chat between us over there. So yeah, this is pretty much all how the guide was set out. There was 24 modules, including one supplied by Hucho. Thank you very much, Mitch, on how to 3D print your own bell siphon if you wanted to, using his designs, an all-in-one bell siphon unit, or all-in-two bell siphon unit, I think, technically. Where is it? Here we go, 3D printable design with my logo on the top. For Hucho, yeah, it was not to share with anyone else, only for people who bought the guide. I think I shared it with supporters as well. So yeah, that's going to be coming over there as well. Yeah, 24, I think I said modules. Anyway, enough talking about that thing because it's done and dusted. I have started building another guide. It is over on the same website that hosts my supporters community. I'll give you a bit of a quick look at the supporters community. It's basically like YouTube membership, except I get the money, not blooming YouTube. Yeah, so it's basically, should I show? Oh, this is just general because I haven't signed in. What I might do is I might just sign in as me, just to show you what supporters sort of see over there as well. This is sort of turning into a bit of an ad, but I don't mean it to be a bit of an ad. I just want to explain for people who have bought the guide what they're going to get. My little eggplant logo. Aquaponic guide, mentoring with Rob. No, I also do mentoring as well. More spruiking, and I have shop supporters community. Supporters who do support us, they get members only posts, as you can see over here. There's a Facebook group for supporters. Please read if you purchase my guide, added it over there as well. So supporters have seen what's going on over at Mum and Dad's place. Most of the supporters either watch these via Facebook or the YouTube. So the YouTube members get to see these videos as well. So this is just what it looks like over there. Dad's wicking beds. That's Dad's old wicking beds. Just fallen in disrepair over the years. They've got the veggie pods out the front, which I turned into wicking beds anyway. I don't know. Look,
couldn't access that anymore.
Mum.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video of the possum. Hello, Poss. Yeah, Mum couldn't access those ones. So community hangout for supporters, I promote them through there. Little Sam's going, we have that Stumpy. Stumpy's getting rather friendly with us. Yeah, so just I actually post the videos as they come to YouTube over there as well. Try to treat it as a bit of a community, but most people chat to me through Facebook or YouTube, so it hasn't really taken off as a community. It would be great if folks did talk to me over there. But yeah, just a load of supporter only bits and pieces over there.
But the guide's going to be hosted here.
But the guide will be hosted here. Yes, Bianca, keep me on track. So this is a bit of an example. This is one that I've finished. I'm actually working in I don't have access through this. Sorry, folks, gonna have to log out and log back in again. I'll log in. Yeah, so this is where the guide is going to be hosted on this website. Pody is not going anywhere. They're not going to close down, and I can migrate this. There's to different, because this is based on I think this is based. I don't know a lot about website building, but it's based on a platform that it can be migrated easily over to other websites. So I'm not too worried about if these guys go down, because I can do a backup and migrate it over. Try that one. Add in a big set today. Oh, here we go. Verification
That
code.
stuff.
I'm so sorry. This is turned into a bit of a. Actually, to my device. Oh, it's gone to the email. So we're just going to stop sharing here. This while Bianca does a little bit of talking and I fix up my stuff up. Come on, Bianca, talk.
Well, yeah, not overly happy about how the whole retrieve thing's been handled. And we know there's going to be a lot of unhappy people.
Yes.
But it's the people who have access to retrieve will get automatic access
For free.
for free to the new one.
And if they don't, there may be a price rise. There may be a price rise in the future.
But you're always looking for adding extra stuff and extra content, and
That's the reason why. What I'm thinking is I might add extra content to this one to keep all the aquaponic stuff together. There's some sand bed content coming. Sand beds are different than IAVS, so no IAVS people jump down my throat. There will also be IAVS content coming once we sort out tractors and I can get sand and we can actually set up a proper aquaponic system. There will be that coming. There will also be a complete aquaponics multi-bed build coming. So I might release them as separate guides, or I might lump them all in with the one aquaponic guide. And that way, if that is the case, there might be a price rise in the future. But anyone who's already bought the guide will just buy it at that
anyway,
cheap price. So yeah, that's the idea. I'm having problems viewing this, so I'm just going to have to go back and do it.
glad you finished that sentence.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm having problems.
I'm always having problems. View lesson now, we'll just do it this way. So now I need to go back to Zoom. And now I need to share screen. I'm getting really good at this. Now we're looking at the guide. So this is how it's set up at the moment. I've actually re-edited the video. A lot of the videos I'm actually updating, re-editing. Retrieve edited the videos. They looked after all of that, and I'm not happy with the cuts they've made. I've added extra bits into the video. Recorded B-roll this morning for the next video in the series, where I'm actually talking about fish selection for different climates and different table and ornamental and stuff like that. So you actually get the video, plus I break down the key themes. So because I know there's people that learn by looking, there's other people that learn by reading. So you can go down here and you can read all this. Let me know, do you think pictures would help where I discuss different fish? I was speaking to Bianca about this yesterday. She said, no, just bare basics information. The fish mentioned in the video. So
Graphics, if it's like a descriptive table, like understanding a process flow or something, it's good to have an infographic in it to show it.
So it'd be great to have your feedback out there in the community as well, how you like to learn. So there's all this stuff here. And then there's other people need to think about it and solidify it in with a quiz. So there will be a quiz. There's no quiz at the moment because it's hidden under this account. So yeah, that's basically what it's going to come to. There's also going to be, like for the builds, there's going to be downloadable PDFs as well as instructions down here, because a lot of people want to download the PDF so they can take it out and have it open on their phone or tablet or whatever device they use as they're doing a build. So there's going to be that option as well. So the guide is actually going to be better here than it was on Retrieve anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a blessing. I was stressed all for about 30 seconds, did a balance, got rid of that stress, and then just move forward. And I'm actually having a ball. I'm getting in and editing again. A lot of the text and the complementing text I already have from when I started writing a book or a handout or a pamphlet or an online PDF, something I was going to do years ago.
Forcing you to pull it all together.
Yeah, now I'm pulling it all together. And it's going to be a lot more educational in this than just a book that you buy or download or something like that.
What's in your head said he likes pictures.
He likes pictures. Yeah, and also too, because it's a guide on a platform, I can add chat into this. I think I can build in a community just for people who have the guide. So everyone can share their aquaponics builds as they're along their way, going along. They can ask questions there as well to the general public. There will be no charges for questions there on the community. So yeah, I think it all round, it's going to be what I wanted originally, but I never had time to do. So, and other people have said, why don't you build it on your own website? That costs money and also skills that I personally don't have because there's other stuff I need to do. I'm just lucky at this point in time, in between cleaning mum's place, hand mowing the lawn here, and yeah, a few odd jobs around the place here, because we are letting the fields lay fallow for a little bit longer, not getting any major livestock. I have the time to do it, so I need to pull my finger out and do it. I'll have more, I don't really, not a prideful person, but I'll have more ownership, pride in it. It's an accomplishment. Yeah, so I'll be happier. Make life easier. I feel like I've raved on enough about that. But yeah, guide is gone. I'm honouring everyone's purchase of the guide. It will be mitigated over. Please do though send that email to admin@robsaquaponic.com with guide in the title. If you've purchased the guide, that is, just not everyone. You're not going to get a free guide because I'm matching up emails. Put the email, your email address that you use, if you don't use it, to email me in the body of the email along with your username. The reason I'm asking people to do this is I've done broadcast mass emails in the past, and they've started to be marked as spam by different platforms. So if I'm replying to emails individually, it will take me a while, but I'll get there. If I reply to emails individually, fingers crossed they're not going to be marked as spam, and I can make sure that everyone gets access to that new guide. So that's, yeah, there was something else I wanted to add in on that, but I've forgotten.
It'll come back to you.
It'll come back to me. And yeah, I will be doing a video just on this topic and releasing it to YouTube, because more people will see that. Not a lot of people come to the live or catch up when it goes live on YouTube. So yeah.
Janice said from her technical document and user guide writing days, the formatting, pictures or no pictures, comes down to what the document is.
Yep.
I like a guide with pictures that break up the words, plus it makes it less wordy. Yep. And white space is always better for when you're reading.
And KISS.
And yes.
So keep it simple, stupid or sweetie or silly or subordinate. Yeah. So yeah, Bee's a bureaucrat, so she knows all about that sort of stuff, writing infomercials and not infomercials.
All right. Guides and toolkits and lots of fun stuff.
And forever gets the, babe, can you just check out this? Does this read right? Am I making sense? So yeah. Except I need basic instructions. That's all good, mate. So do I. So do I. So yeah, that's what's going on with the guide. I'm just not one of those people. There was mention that in the Retrieve contract, you guys actually have the contract with Retrieve. So I don't have to refund or I've got no obligation to fulfill it. That to me is a low blow. That's
Also
corporate BS as far as I'm concerned.
They've got all the access and they could have notified all the people who had access to it.
They could have notified us
Instead of-
months ago because this isn't just something
Yeah.
that happens overnight if they've already liquidated and sold
No,
stuff.
but just going, oh no, we're just closing it down, shutting it, and then now it's your problem and you have to let everyone know.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah. Rude words
Yeah,
not coming out.
Rigger's daughter. Control yourself. Yeah, so anyone got any questions? That's a lot of me talking.
Janice asked about my current upcycling projects.
Yours?
Yeah, none at the moment.
No.
We've
Got some more from Dad's.
Yeah.
We found
I've got Nana's table, I still
Yep.
have to sand and
that's
clean
my
up.
nana's table, the old kitchen table. We've got legs from the old lounge room coffee table
Did you
that
grab,
I remember graffitiing underneath. They kept the legs,
did you grab the chair frames from Mum's?
chair frames.
The ones that were leaning up against the clothesline with the lion heads on?
Oh yeah, we've got cast iron chair
Cast iron
frames.
Chair frames.
Yeah, I don't know, we're bringing one set up here, and I think Jay said Jay's getting into woodwork. We found some cut-off saws for Jay.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, he wants to do one for Mum. So there's one with ornate lion's heads on the handles, the old cast iron park benches, if you know, with the timber slats. So we're going to do up one of them.
What's in your head? So I don't have a woman in my life to explain things.
Yeah, sometimes it can be handy.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I can use my discretion what to let flow through and what to retain. I'm sure it works the other way.
No, I listen to everything you say.
That's because I mansplain a lot.
It's just whether I pay attention to it or not. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Woman splainer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we've got some of that.
We really need to finish the tractor.
We really need to, and seriously, the tractor is,
Well,
knock on wood, it's a 2-hour job. Spoke
Yeah.
to Craig about flushing with diesel to get the chunky bits out of pipes and that. I've actually pulled the pipes off and I can do a pull through on the pipes, so I might not have to run diesel for them. But spraying diesel inside around the gears and that.
those long solid metal pipes.
Yeah, no, I've removed them, so I can actually run like a pipe cleaner, just run some wire
Just
through
put it
there, grab a
around,
rag and pull, because I'm just worried about the large solid chunks impacting the pump.
Yeah.
And
But what,
I've
well,
got an
maybe-
oil filter and yeah, so
well, maybe if you add the,
pancakes, waffles, scallops.
I'm gonna make you cook me breakfast in there. No, the paper
Lunch,
in between.
Bible, paper,
Oh, look,
parchment,
gasket.
gasket. Yeah, no, I've got the gasket. I've got the gasket material.
I'm not-
Just going to ball peen hammer that. Sorry,
Not helping.
I'm not. No. Yeah, so that's gaskets are all sorted. Got the hydraulic oil. Thanks, Craig. Say thanks, Craig, a lot. Hi Shane. Bye Shane. No, we're not leaving right now, but we'll be going soon. Shane's another one who's helped out with the tractor or lawn tractor selection.
Yeah, but need to fix that jack so we can turn the wheels around on the tractor as well.
Oh yeah, the big jack. I did ask people about finding the brand. We actually worked out that it is an Australian-made brand that Dad has customized. So there's some parts missing on that. I don't think we're going to be able to fix that, but I'm actually looking
You
Yeah.
don't think it'll jack?
not up till we get to parts because there's actually a release pin inside it that is missing. I was hoping to find it out the back of Dad's. Yeah. But yeah, I do have a large bottle jack that I think is rated to like 25 ton, one of Dad's big ones. I don't know how old it is, how well the seals hold, but we might be able to use that. Basically, what we want to do is take the tires off the tractor. We go this way, take the tires off the tractor and swap them around on the other side. So it brings the wheelbase out wider. Because of the sloping paddocks down the front, that was previously run on dead flat paddocks. So if we can swap them around, give us a wider wheelbase, so the tipping problem isn't as bad. And because we're using it for slashing the paddocks, and we want to get something a little bit smaller to do in between the trees in the paddock, yeah, it's that's the way eventually we want to set it up. But yeah, we also need an engine hoist as well to do other little bits and pieces. So I'm keeping an eye out for one of them. But the tractor should be a pretty quick one. We do have some toolboxes we want to refurbish. We got Dad's air reel, air hose reel
Oh, yeah.
from down there as well. So that'll be great because cleaning everything off with air. Got a lot of air tools as well. So they're old and ancient, but they'll do the job. I know they're a dime a dozen second hand and they're pretty cheap to buy. There's not a lot of people use air much from what I've seen. Most people use battery now. So
There's something that C channel Dad's without being good to well up your own hoist.
no, it's not structural enough. The C channel from the wall. Just trying to think what other projects. We do have other projects, Janice. I just can't think of them at the moment.
There's a lot on the list, like tearing out all the fence posts and
Yeah.
wire and
Yeah, I'm really keen for pulling out barbed wire and all the fence posts because we've worked out we're going to run a 5-strand electric fence for the cattle. We've just been speaking to a few people about it. And while barb is good, the posts need replacing or repairing anyway. So the wire has to come out because it's actually pulled through the timber.
well, I'm down the driveway is bent started.
Yeah, there's some of them bent like that, literally 90 degrees. So the front paddock where the cattle is, they're only going to be in one paddock to begin with. We're just thinking about running, probably about 2 to 3 kilometers of 5-strand fencing. So that's a big estimate. It might actually be more than that. But anyway, yeah, almost a mile, just over a mile of fencing. So, but no upcycling. I can't think of it. Oh, we were talking about the water tank. We have that cracked water tank. And we're trying to work out whether it's good enough because we already have a shelter made from same size, 25,000 litre, which I forget how many gallons. About an 8,000 gallon-ish, I think, or 10,000 gallon-ish water tank. Trying to work out whether it's good enough because we've seen people line them with insulation and turn them into sheds. Cabins, because they are pretty large inside. But Jack's whinging behind us. I don't know if he can hear us.
There's this weird little squeaky toy that goes off every couple of seconds.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's good enough to do something like that. Then again, that's more cost because we'd have to buy the insulation, and we would use new insulation, use second-hand insulation in other builds, causes all sorts of problems. Yeah, but we'd have to line that and do all that sort of thing, or we could just turn it into a shed. We've got a couple of whirlybirds we could use, skylight on top.
We could cut it up and take it to the tip.
We could cut it up and take it to the tip, or we could turn it into sleds, slide down the paddock one. That'd be cool, and then land in the dam.
Drag it behind the ute.
Drag it behind the ute. We're very, very OH&S conscious here. As long as other people aren't, as long as other people
aren't watching.
Yeah, as long as people aren't watching. Yeah.
As long as both of us are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's pretty good at overseeing that sort of thing. But yeah, we need that's a project we need to do because we actually want to move the other 2 water tanks up the other end. We're not too sure what's going on with that leak because now the tanks are holding water. So
Yeah, but we've been turning the taps off.
I left it on the whole time we were away and it was fine. So I'm really confused about what's going on with that system.
We just go screw it and tear it up. Because the other thing I was thinking was,
If you're not aware, we came out one morning after all the tanks were overflowing and we had 1/3 of the water in the yard, rainwater tank stuff we use around the yard, it just disappeared, but only in one tank. And the tank has no cracks or leaks in. Was it both as well?
The other one was down as well.
So yeah, we had no
But
idea.
no, it had
Dropped a
probably
third.
lost half of one tank, like equaled out across the both. But and then we found that spot in the yard that
It was
was
bubbling.
gurgling,
Gurgling.
but looked dry. That was
Yeah.
the weird thing.
So anyway, and I had been out shooting cane toads. So my theory was maybe I had followed through and hit an irrigation line, wasn't 600 meters below the ground, which
Is highly
what I was taught to do. 600 mil, about 2 foot under the ground. So
because I was thinking, do we want to take one tank closer to wherever the animals are
Yeah, well, that's another thing, because we can collect enough rainwater and have it flow underground,
yeah.
yeah, the overflow run into that.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at doing a fish shed, plus there's the other two, oh, they're too low, but anyway. That's stuff.
Lots
we
of
just-
stuff,
Yeah, lots of stuff.
decisions we haven't made
We
yet.
should see our wish list. Or to-do list. My coffee's probably cold. It is. Thank you, Jody, for the month. Well, more chat. Janice, our dog used to have an old metal rainwater tank, yeah,
Oh, yeah, we've got one of them in the pig yard,
except Jack's a lap dog.
yeah. They used to use cardboard boxes and
was gonna
old
make
car
it sort of
bonnets to
connected.
slide down the hills.
Yeah, we use my uncle was a butcher, Uncle Colin. I don't know if he ever watches my videos. I know he knows they're around.
600 meters deep.
I remember him
I think
telling
you meant 600.
600, did I say meters? Yeah, millimeters. Sorry, mil. My uncle Cole, he was a butcher. He's retired now. But he told us a story about his sons, Larry and Warren, using the guts of the animal to slide down the hill. And it was a competition after he killed the beast. It was a competition.
Whoever it ruptured on.
Yeah, whoever the paunch ruptured on, they're the ones that lost for 3 weeks straight, because that doesn't wash off. Yeah. Farm boys do it a bit different. So yeah, I mean,
We scared the living crap out of my mother because we were doing it on a lawnmower. On a push lawnmower down the hill.
oh, as a kid, I was trying to think when she visited up here, the ride-on wasn't working.
No,
Yes, it was.
us kids into a barbed wire fence.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we
It's going to
went
stop.
right.
You're going, yeah, you're not going to keep going.
That was it. We weren't going right into the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, plans. Yeah, so plans, just a bit of a wrap up. We've gone over the hour. Normally we can go anywhere up to 2 hours, but we've got stuff to do. I need to get stuck into this guide, so it's done. I've got 25 plus modules to do in less than a month to do it.
Yeah,
Less than a
so
month?
get cracking.
No, just over a month to do it. So one module's taken me 3 days so far, in between other stuff I've got to do. So yeah, I got to pull my finger out on that. Need to take my lovely wife to the beach. It's only 20 minutes away. Take her there, run her around the beach on the leash,
Yep.
Jack around the beach on the
Run
leash.
through the water.
Run her through the water, get a coat all nice and wet and wash, and then have a burger. This burger's there, bit of a treat for the week, and then come back and look into it. So, and yes, Dave, I might have a beer. Dave was showing off yesterday. He was chatting. He's a supporters group. He was showing me the beer he was having. It was a nice cold one at the pub. I had to go buy a carton and drink it out of the bottle, slumming it. But anyway, that's enough of that. We shall wrap it up. Working on the guide. I'll be going away again. I'll be keeping in touch with supporters. Sorry, supporters, I haven't been keeping in touch as much as I normally do. Bianca has her own business, stress relief, and
I just redid my website.
yeah, so I'll do it.
Page.
She's got her own also hobby. It's not really a business.
Well, I'm hoping it'll be a business and
A
then
brief-
I can quit work.
Brief explanation on a site K balance.
It uses a method to remove stress and to reprogram self-limiting beliefs that are getting in your way from what you want.
At the subconscious level.
Yes.
So yes, it works. It is, when I said before, I did a balance over the stress with this retrieve thing. That's what I did. I mean, you can imagine over 2,500 people have bought a product and all of a sudden it's pulled out from underneath you. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I was down doing mums out the back and I was stressed enough doing that. Did a couple of balances. I know how to do it. So we did the course together.
You are listed as a
I am
practitioner
listed
on
as a
the website.
practitioner. Did a couple of balances and the stress went straight away. And I've just been reveling in it. I'm loving the idea of getting back into it and being creative again. So anyway, that's something that Bianca does. She can do it online. She can do it in person. So website link will be down below. Bit of a spruik for her. Got to pay the bills. Fixing up the house in Ipswich, that needs to be done.
Yes.
So YouTube content might be hit and miss for a little while. Need to get that sorted. Mum sorted, guide sorted.
We could do a video on pulling down the aquaponics in the backyard, but well.
Yeah, that has to happen as well.
That's
organic. Well, it's actually a peaponic system now. We're running a peaponic system for Kira. She's fine with it. She understands how aged urine works. So we need to pull that down and move it up here.
I think she just sticks her head out the window and goes, it's still running.
It's still running. I need lemongrass. I need mint.
Yeah.
I need some turmeric. And then she runs down and helps herself. Need green onions. So that might be a video coming. Other than that, we don't really have a lot on the cards farm wise over the next couple of weeks.
No, it's
No.
little things.
Maybe there's a lot of people that love watching lawn mowing videos. I might actually, just for fun, I might just post a time lapse of me mowing the other day. Just see. It's not real long grass, but
You should do a whippersnipping one as well.
a whippersnipping. I've got one from out the front. I videoed about 2 days worth of whippersnipping out the front. Yeah, anyway, whippersnipping and mowing from the farm. We will pretty much leave it there. We might do another live.
Watching the brain click over and different ideas
Yeah.
in real time.
If you guys do want to see another live and you've stuck around this long, let us know in the comments either below or in the chat, because we do keep the chat up when this does get posted to YouTube. Let us know if you want just more lives if we can't get around to posting a video. I'm more than happy to coming on and waffling either about the same old stuff or doing a bit of research, talking about the IMO, which Steve mentioned earlier from Aquaponics, or other composting bits and pieces we've been doing. So yeah, let us know. But we will pretty much all leave it there. Gonna say goodbye. Get off your phone.
Looking at,
Cafes at Woodgate.
oh no,
Oh, someone's link.
I too relieve stress selling space cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, we will leave it there.
Anyway,
Thank you very much for coming along, folks. Really do love and enjoy the interaction on the chat here. Also, really love the folks that do come along. There's Dave, Michael, other Dave at times from Western Australia, other Dave from Victoria at times. So
I prefer to watch grass being mowed than watching a video of it growing.
okay,
Yes.
fair enough. Yeah, all our mates over in Western Australia that love to come along to the supporters hangout. Janice has started popping in every now and then as well. What are you looking at?
Oh, just everybody saying thank you and
Cool.
best wishes and stuff. Thank you everyone for coming.
Hang on, let me just catch up on this as well.
What are you catching up?
I'm just catching up on the chat. I just want to see if I don't have my glasses. So, yes, cool, great to see you all. That's all right. I've got it. Yeah, so thank you to all the supporters. I've been through Michael, Brian, the Davids, the Janices, Janice, the other Michaels. There's other Michaels that used to come along that don't anymore. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone, and we will see you around next time. Oh, thank you to the people who've helped us out behind the scenes, the Hamishes, the Craigs, the brothers, the nephews. See you later. Bye. Oh, now this has died. I can't get into my studio to shut it down. What's going on? Oh. There we go. So I should probably end the live stream.
If he works out how to do it.
Shush. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We just keep saying bye. Just bye, because I don't know how long this lasts. Bye.
You
Bye.
just freeze.
Bye. Bye.